Hello everybody, today we are going to be reviewing this robot right here, 259. So this is also going to be a heat review, but we are going to be trying to focus on 259. So let's just start the video.
Sixth War's time to slice and dice. This is Heat 5, 8 manic metal munching machines to send the crowd into a frenzy. And opponents to robot heaven. Could we be seeing a genuine title contender in 259? Will the house robots hold sway? Or in the twisting, turning, churning arena, will another dashing blade finally emerge? Seatbelts on, reach for your helmet. Prepare to get dizzy as we leave them all in a tizzy. I can promise you that sparks will fly as the blades whir and bite deep, and the hungry audience bays for carnage. Perhaps the pit will be a welcome release, because look what we're about to unleash. Vicious, dangerous, cruel, unrelenting, merciless. Robot Wars the Sixth Wars, time for 259.
Do you not know 259 is first class? Well, there's also
ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the master of mayhem, Craig Charles.
Welcome! Heat 5, Robot Wars, the Sixth War. Now, these days, Robot Wars is raging all around the world. Germany, Holland, Australia, even America's just joined the war. Not like them to leave it till the last minute, is it? But I like to think that Britain's still got the best designs, the best engineers, and judging from this lot, the biggest lust for carnage!
What a show coming up. Destructive weaponry, watchful house robots, flames and flips, 259 and the seeded wild thing.
Yeah,
will the ref bot keep control? Who'll be counted out? Down and out. What a lucky audience we have here tonight. 8 awesome robots for them to see. For the first round, they'll be split into 2 4-way melees. So let's see who meets who.
Dorking in Surrey, Agrabot 3.
Now,
third appearance in Robot Wars, never beyond the heats.
Agrabot.
Okay, talk me through the weaponry quickly.
Weaponry, very quickly.
It's definitely very
Those are jaws, they're clamping jaws. That was a 30-mile-an-hour sign, and that's what it does.
Ooh!
So we can't get next to a speeding round our way.
Did you get caught by a camera when you did that?
Not now, not now.
A stealth-shaped pointed wedge with lifting arms and cutters, similar to Securelot, works both ways up. Lightweight laminated armour that shunt won't penetrate. Agile, but subject to driver error, they tell me.
Yep, there it is.
From Chadwell in Essex, 259.
Look, so its weapon is this massive spinner. I mean, if this was in BattleBots, then it'd be way more powerful. So this would be like a winning robot, but it isn't. So it isn't as powerful. Now, I do not know how powerful it will be, but hopefully it's pretty powerful.
This looks very frightening to me.
Does it have, like, look?
Talk me through this robot. It's gorgeous.
There's a weapon, which is this large disc. Spins upwards about 130 mile an hour.
Oh, okay.
In the qualifiers, we basically put out all 3 opponents in under 30 seconds. So
hopefully that's all we need to hear.
100 kilos in weight, has that vertical spinning weapon, only 9 miles an hour top speeds, quite a big ground clearance, and Adam Clark hasn't had the best of luck in previous wars.
From Battersea in London, Infernal Contraption.
A big spinning drum thing.
Okay, 2 first-timers in this next battle.
So far.
Before I ask you what on earth's going on there, I'm going to say, do you want to know who you're up against?
I would like to know that.
Infinity, 259, and Agrabot.
Okay, 259, 3 numbers I don't mind.
And now what's this bit in your hand?
Well, this bit is a bit that decided not to work in our garage this morning.
What is it?
It's a speed controller.
Can you get it done in time?
Oh yeah, it's just a case of being out.
They do not want that.
Watch for the swinging drum between the wheels. Can get up to speed in 3 seconds so they don't have to wait between attacks for the weapon to recover. And that weapon has 4 big teeth.
From Aberystwyth in Wales, Infinity.
Yeah,
To
so
infinity and the pond or
based
something
on
like that.
his battle so far.
Hello, first time at Robot Wars. How are the nerves coping?
They're not. They're going mad.
See,
Are you driving?
Oh no.
Who's driving?
I am for my sins.
259,
Yes.
Agrobots,
Yes.
and Infernal Contraption.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
Going home now.
You're going home now.
I've had enough. I've had enough already.
alright.
Claws and diamond tip
Yeah,
spikes
259.
provide the weaponry, runs both ways up, has
Destroy
strong armour, but exposed wheels, and the team
I don't
does
know how
lack experience.
259 would get that. Like, I don't know how that robot can. get
Roboteers,
259.
stand by.
Let's destroy it.
Teams up in the pods, Agrabot 3, Captain by Peter Leach on the left, 259 and Adam Clark on the right-hand side. And now on the left there, Infinity, their Captain Steve Fernon on the right,
259
Infernal
Nemo
Contraption, their
Robot
Captain
version.
Jonathan
Seems
Peeler.
like we're good
They're in the
robots.
arena for the house robots, the
Our
flamethrowers,
robots that
Sergeant
made
Bash,
by
and
the
Sir
first,
Killalot
like,
with the
4,
pincers
259.
and that deadly lance.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
So here we are, first of our 4-way melees in this heat.
There's 259.
And immediately, a bit slowly
There,
into
what
the
is
action
it?
goes Infernal
What is it?
Contraption there
Right.
in the middle. 259 looks potentially very, very destructive. Infernal Contraption and Infinity
Okay.
do a little bit of
Yeah.
battle, and
Get
Infinity
that
is
robot.
already bent and buckled.
Infinity.
Also doing good work out there is Agrabot 3, very experienced. Once beat Razor, I seem to remember, in Robot Wars 3, Agrobot. Trying to get in
What was that
underneath
weapon?
Infernal Contraption. Low ground clearance, Infernal Contraption. Infinity has pressed the pit release button.
Oh,
Well, it needs some sort of merciful
Do not-
release to get it out of its pain. And Infinity has decided enough is enough, and they've driven straight into the pit. They released the pit button and went straight into it, which is sensible. Mind you, when you consider the punishment they'd already taken, was that a sensible move? Now look at this, 259 bumping and barging against Infernal Contraption, which is invertible. It means it can run both ways. A lot of robots can these days. There's Agrabot to the left. That's Infernal Contraption. And it seems to me Infernal Contraption had taken damage, and I wonder if we've seen some sort of plexiglass just thrust across the arena there from 259, ripped away from Infernal Contraption. You can see there some sort of shard has gone from the top of it. Agrabot in against one of the arena sidewall angle grinders. Yes, you can see there the damage to Infernal Contraption on the top, and there's more now. And it was 259 that came in with that mighty weapon. We heard Adam Clark describing it early on again. I'll tell you what, there's some bruisability in that big spinning wheel. We're not talking about spinning fine lace out of that. We're talking about, metal munching. Infernal Contraption is feeling the pain. There's poor old Infinity down in the pit, and Infernal Contraption wants to get in there with him. Go on, please. Move up, punch up, punch up. I want to get in there as well. Red Book counting them down.
It's in the pit already.
Well, the crowd know that it's the end of Infernal Contraption.
Cease.
And they go out along with Infinity and Agrabot 3 and the impressive 259 are through.
Infinity! All that money, all that time, all that effort, and they drive themselves into the pit. Infernal Contraption, the boys from Battersea, they got battered. 259 and Agrabot 3 go through!
These 259. Now we're going to see the competition.
Now, by the end of that, robots were queuing up to get into the pits. But you were in there first, weren't you?
We were indeed.
Did you think that meant you were going to win? It was definitely the safest place to be, I think.
We were on top of it, and then it opened underneath us, which was a bit unfortunate. I think.
Right. Okay, so how much damage have you sustained?
Yes,
That's about it, really. A couple of nicks here and there. That's it.
Fine, we're still running and everything else.
Say again.
So we're still running, and the bot is okay. We just damaged the claws. They look like antlers now compared to claws. But we've got a spare set, and we'll be back to Rumble next year with a bit of luck.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I've got to get my camera out for this. Damage cam. Okay, I'm ready to go in. Where do I go? I take my pick. That's nasty. Now, who did the most of this damage?
Well, it's 259. As I
Yes.
said, I was afraid of those numbers, and my fear was justified.
Yes, you were quite right. And you're not the only ones, I have to say. There are people now quaking all over the pitch so that they've seen what this robot is capable of, and what this man has designed. It's a beast, isn't it?
It is.
Adam Clark, brilliant design for 259 and Agrabot 3. They're through. Infernal Contraption and Infinity have gone beyond. Time for 4 more.
Alright, let's look at some key.
From Newcastle under Lyme in Staffordshire, the Stag.
Now this one can beetle about.
They may be new, but look at that. It's wondrous. All working bits and everything. What an incredible hat. Look at that. What's your big weapon?
Our big weapon is our crushing claws.
And how much power have they got?
7 ton of the ram.
That's nothing to be sneezed at, is it?
No.
The aluminium shell, homemade speed controllers, hydraulic pincers crushing at those 7 tons, a rear spike. Oh, and don't forget the chicken on the back.
If they
From Clacton-on-Sea in Essex, Vader.
Okay.
Ooh, the shape certainly isn't Darth Vader.
Vader is a very good robot. I reckon.
Have you got anything special that you need to tell us about here with Vader?
Only our magnificent weapon at the end there, which will cause a lot of damage if we can point it in the right direction.
Like
If I had a penny for every time a bloke said to me I've got a magnificent weapon, I would be rich by now.
Yes, transparent 8mm polycarbonate sheet armour. The spinning disc is mounted vertically and sticks half out of the robot, but it can't self-right.
Vale of Glamorgan in Wales,
No
UFO.
chance.
Out of this world, man. Totally.
Well, a new robot to Robot Wars, UFO. What's special about it? What's that weapon there at the front I can see going
It's
on?
a big lifty-uppy spiky thing.
Oh,
Designed to cut into the bladey thing above it.
Yes.
And we also have a couple of bright lighty shiny things at the front and some floppy spiky things at the back.
Oh, well, you're going to bedazzle them then.
Absolutely,
You're not,
technology
you're not
RS.
nervous about being up against the seeded wild thing?
Absolutely terrified.
Oh, good. That's what we like.
It doesn't sound like that.
A compact invertible machine thing with a weapon thing that combines the ability to lift
It
and
looks
crush
like it
and
has
cut
high
opponent
ground.
thingies. But the weapon is only really
Not
effective when
heavy.
right way out.
From Ash in Hampshire, the number 9 seed, Wild Thing.
Twice series semi-finalists. This is serious, this one.
Vader, Stag.
The stress factors are quite high for our seeded robot ears, aren't they?
Oh yes, very high palpitations.
I said to you earlier, do you think you're in with a chance this year?
I think
and you
that they
laughed.
have a chance.
I did. Well, we're always in with a chance. And, it's a lot of luck.
259 right behind them.
Experience, reliability, stamina, strong chassis, fast,
like
manoeuvrable,
how
powerful
that looks
alloy
like it's
steel.
very
The cutting disc runs at
thick.
1500 RPM, but it's got a high ground clearance and exposed tyres.
Roboteers, stand by.
Run down.
The teams in the control pods. On the left there, Paul Rose, the captain of the Vader team, and Wild Thing, Nick and Isabel Adams. On the right-hand side here, the Stag and their captain Terry Martin. On the left, UFO and
Now, I
their
think
captain
that
Peter
only-
Withers.
only two
In the
is
arena for the House Robot, Sergeant Bash, the front pincers, the flamethrower, lick of flame.
Vader would be a good
And there's
fight.
Sekilot again with the crushing claws and the lance to penetrate.
Warfing just seems, yeah.
3,
Warfing if it gets some
2,
fight, just gets the first
1.
hit.
This for a place in
There's headlights.
round 2 of this heat. 2 robots will survive this stage, don't forget. A bit tentative early on. You can see UFO there in the middle. There's a great shove
Oh,
of the
it's-
Stag
shoots
Beetle
damage. Wow.
onto the back of Wild Thing. There at the controls
Look
of
at
the
that.
Stag
Got underneath.
is Mark Pepper, a
Getting
technology
this man.
consultant driving. You can see there Vader and that vertical
good
spinning
hit.
wheel
That might-
once again.
Vader might have done.
Wild Thing,
Oh, that might be it for Stag.
very tenacious and dogged. Wild
Yeah.
Thing has proven over the years.
Yeah.
Reached the
Lots of
semi-final of
power
its heat
inside.
in Robot Wars 5. We're seeing there young David Martin in the Stag team, 11 years of age.
That's been
Wild Thing caught in the pincers there, I
UFO's coming
think,
in.
of the Stag. UFO very tentative, and so too Vader.
Martin.
This is cagey. I think the chicken's come off. Did I see the chicken there? The Stag had come off? Well, I mean, that's
I
it
wouldn't
then,
be
isn't it,
surprised
really?
if
It's powerless now.
Came off.
The Stag picked up by Sir Killalot. Sir Killalot, don't think, if you've not seen him beforehand, that he's going to topple over when he does that sort of dance. Not so. Now there we can see 15-year-old Isabel Adams at the control of Wild Thing. Very experienced at Robot Wars with her dad. The Adams family. Wild Thing comes back on the attack. That looks a formidable blade this time around. The pit release has been activated by UFO. In comes Vader. It's beginning now to hot up a little bit. Wild Thing circling to try and get a purchase on Vader. UFO in there as well. The Refbot is counting out the Stag, I think, in the CPZ. There goes the Stag, counted out. Any second to Killalot will finally finish it off. I think they've been immobilised too long and counted out. There's the chicken.
See him in the back.
The Stag's vital weapon. There's Vader on the side wall angle grinder. Wild Thing, though, is taking punishment. Should it go to a judge's decision, it could be decisive. They mark on control, style, damage and aggression. They're at the controls of the Stag Mark Pepper. I was sure they were counted out.
You're out.
Wild Thing on the flame bait. As Vader's disc stopped spinning, it has! Now what has happened here to the weaponry of Vader? It has stopped spinning, it's 20 kilos in weight. Well, that doesn't matter one jot if it's not working. UFO has prodded and pushed its way through the heat with great effect. The Stag is going to end up not as a Stag Beetle, but as a Dung Beetle, really. Oh, UFO, what are you doing? Ceases called just before they went down to the pit. I think the judges will be called on here as well.
The Stag definitely go out there in the pit of oblivion, but we're going to have to go to the judges for the rest. They'll be looking at style, control, damage, and aggression.
Craig, let's just have a look at the highlights once again. Damage caused there. The Stag wheel came off, or tyre, I should say. Wild Thing causing damage. UFO slammed against the sidewall. Vader looked very strong at this stage. Yeah, that was the end of the Stag. Wild Thing taking damage there. UFO looking cagey but controlled. Coming in on the attack of Vader that finished limply. The judges are going to have a hard decision here. UFO pushing the Stag in but nearly going in themselves.
This is close. I feel like Wild Thing.
The judges have made their decision, and this was not easy, very close, but the judges have gone for Vader and Wild Thing!
Vader? Okay, I can see because that's probably just because
The disappointing part of that battle for you is that you haven't made it through.
No, we lost the tyre, sadly.
And that was enough?
Well, yeah, unfortunately the wheel doesn't reach the floor now.
Right, so that's why you couldn't get very
We're still mobile, but we're more concerned about the paint jobs being ruined now.
Look at this hat. I have to show you.
I mean,
Look. Any damage to the hat?
No damage to the hat whatsoever, I can report.
And a big smile, please. Well done. Thank you.
Thanks.
Was it fun while it lasted?
It was really good fun, yes. And we've taken a few hits, but I think she'll be ready for next year after a bit of work.
Show me some of the damage then. Anything really bad?
We've got big holes in the titanium sheet here.
Yeah.
That's all.
Very big gash here, and that's through titanium as well, so that's pretty impressive. More spotlights are gone again.
Oh
But
dear.
that happens every battle, I don't know why.
But you were having a good old scrub.
Yeah, we gave it a go, and we're going to come back with something a bit stronger next year, so...
You've learnt your lesson.
Yeah, just to do it again and be silly and waste lots more
See,
money.
most people would say, yeah, I've learnt my lesson, I'm off now.
Off out of our solar system anyway. UFO and the Stag through go Wild Thing and Vader. And in round two, in just a few moments, Wild Thing will meet 259. First up, Vader and Agrabot 3.
So, 4 robots dishonourably discharged, but for the 4 left fighting, round 2 awaits.
What's this stuff? Because people are finding it quite hard to get through, aren't they?
It's polycarbonate, it's 8mm polycarb. It's been penetrated a little bit, but it's quite resistant for impact. It absorbs a lot of energy.
And 8mm is thicker than the average robot.
It's probably thinner actually than the average robot.
Do you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of it though, so we've had to go thinner to try and keep the weight down.
Right, okay. But Agrabot not a worry?
Okay.
But it's less worrying than the other one we could have gone against.
Okay, good. So it's good news for you, this draw. Agrabot team, what are you doing?
Preparing.
What?
Odds and ends.
Odds and ends, what like?
Like. Where's the bits? Can't find the bits.
Can't find the
sorry.
bits.
That's one bit.
Oh, just surface things then, nothing.
A few, you know, where they've gone through.
Stick that there, that'll do.
That's the damage.
You're up against them, Vader.
Oh, we are we? That's magic.
Yeah, newcomers, but you know, actually proved their worth, I think.
Yes, I think so too.
Do you think you can get them?
Yes.
Where it hurts?
Yes, most certainly.
Just yes.
Good, enough said.
No doubt. Just yes, I can get it.
Vader.
Vader looks scary.
Agrabah 3.
Agrabah.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the Vader team.
See,
Paul Rose, Simon Latham and Philip Claythorpe.
259 and 259 wins this fight.
Agrabah 3 boys. The Leach family, Peter, Bob and John.
Peter, Bob and John.
In the arena for the house robots, the tusks and
Matilda.
spinning flywheel of Matilda and Dead Metal and the pincers from the saw blade.
2, 1. Activate.
Terrific battle here. Agrabah 3 with all the experience.
Vader was
Great spinning blade. Also it has its spikes and scoop as well. Can cause damage. Oh! And immediately does on Agrabah 3. Lifting 100 kilos in weight and backing away to have another onslaught. And as that slam, bam, no thank you ma'am, hurt Agrabah 3. The Vader boys look on. Agrabah 3 to me does not look the most mobile of machines. And the Leach boys are worried here. I wonder now whether the two 500-watt drive motors have gone, disturbed by the slam. Because certainly Agrabah is in danger.
Vader can though.
Dead Metal is in there. The Red Bot takes a look. Vader's blade spins. Agrabah are heading out here, I think. In Series 3, they lost in their heat final to Blade. In Robot Wars 4, they were seeded, and they lost in the heats to Smidsy. And here, Agrabah 3 are out of Robot Wars, the 6th Wars. That is a surprise.
All right.
Vader looked good for me. Agrabah 3 hammered early on in this battle. And that is what caused the damage, that initial bump and bounce. They never got going. They just look stunned, don't they? Dead Metal about to put the frightening looking one, Agrabah 3. Now you may paint a robot and enter Robot Wars and think it's frightening, but look at Dead Metal. That is truly frightening.
Cease.
I think the grin was a grimace.
Agrabah immobilised, then tossed into the pit of oblivion. Vader go through to the heat final.
Let's go.
What went wrong?
I wish we knew.
I mean, you're one of the only robots ever to beat our reigning world and UK champion. You beat Razor at one stage.
Yes, we've been
So you're certainly a decent robot.
Well, it's in your own words. We don't know yet the cause. These sort of things happen in Robot Wars.
It's true. Hey, something came loose in that initial smack, was it?
Yeah, it did. I don't know what yet. We'll obviously find out. But it's been totally reliable up to this point. Through the qualifiers and through the first round heats, we did well.
Well, you've got to be disappointed.
We are, because we took quite a few whacks from 259, and we were still running. But we don't know yet what it is.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Agrabah 3. Guys. That was fairly easy, wasn't it? Walk in the park.
Wasn't bad at all. I would say it was a very carefully aimed blow, but I think I'd be lying if I said that.
What was your tactic when you came into the fight? What do you think you were going to try and do? You must have thought it was going to be harder than that.
Well, the biggest weakness we have is against flippers, because our machine isn't particularly low at the front, so we wanted to try and avoid their, basically, the front of their machine.
Yeah.
So we wanted to try and go then from the side and just try and hit something vulnerable.
That was
Which we obviously done.
Which is what you did, yeah. Immobilise them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Team Vader. Come on, guys.
It's going to be a tough robot. I'm excited for that robot review.
We were expecting a certain amount of damage, but we weren't expecting it to stop. We took an impact there, and it's dislodged something inside.
That looks like let me get in there. That just looks
like...
like...
coming down that way, and it's no damage. But after that, it just stopped.
Move away! Thanks very much. It was good fun to watch.
In the words of the poet Charles, you may be a clever dick, but Agrabot 3, I bet you feel sick. Vader through to meet either Wild Thing or 259.
259.
Yeah, Adam.
Yes.
This robot, what you have built, would you say it's indestructible?
I don't think it's indestructible, but I don't think there's anything here that can destroy it.
What, not even Wild Thing, who you're fighting next?
Wild Thing?
No, not so wild, you're going to tame it.
I think we're going to show it the Wild Thing with our disc.
Let's go and see how they react to the news that they're fighting the hottest robot in town. You guys are fighting 259 next.
No, the horror.
Oh! It's not good, is it?
259.
It's not great news, is it?
Oh, he's the new guy on the block, isn't he?
Yeah. Do you think have you got any chance against that spinning disc?
Yeah, there's a chance you might miss and spin out the arena.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Let's see it.
259.
Wait, those wheels are tiny actually. That's not very good. I guess it is for weight. Because that's been
The number 9 seed, Wild Thing.
9.
Roboteers, stand by.
Got a hype then for Adam Clark and 259. Not without reason, though. Nick and Isabel Adams and Wild Thing are seeded 9. In the arena for the House Robots. Dead Metal, spinning madly.
360.
And they're alongside to fight for us.
That's
Matilda, Grizzly,
second
Ugly.
deadliest House Robot. House in the reboot.
3, 2,
Like a circular one. The reboot.
activate.
Will the new kid on the block, 259, destroy Wild Thing.
Okay.
We've
Robot
been
review,
there,
start
done
again.
it. Put the logo on the back. 259.
Big.
Bunching and bruising into Wild Thing, tossing it over and over and over. Look at this. This is determined destructibility from 259. Dog with a bone there. Wild Thing. Can there be any life left after that sort of formidable onslaught? Well, Nick Adams is very experienced. He's a good driver. And he turns Wild Thing away from the blade onto the side of 259 to hold on there. Holding on for grim death, really. Stay away from that spinning flywheel. Oh, has the wheel stopped?
I saw that.
Wild Thing got away from that sort of bashing and bruising.
You can see that little black thing there? That's the weapon belt.
And then the spinning wheels seem to stop.
Right there.
Now this could be absolutely decisive, because without that wheel, what has 259 got? At the moment he's running away, to be honest.
Okay, pit.
He's pressed the pit release button, Adam Clark. Now it becomes very cagey, and I wonder who's got the extra thrust and shove. 259 weighs in at 100 kilos, Wild Thing 97. But Wild Thing, piggybacking up on 259, has turned this battle on its head there.
It's good at shoving.
I don't know whether it was by design or luck, which is what Nick Adams said they'd need at the start of this show. And certainly 259's weapon being immobilised has played into Wild Thing's favour. Now it becomes a real tug of war. Wild Thing pushes 259 back onto the front bit. This is real nip and tuck now. Oh, and do you see the belt there, right in the arena centre? That's Adam Clark's weaponry drive belt that's come off. So no wonder that big old circular disc is no longer spinning, and Nick Adams looks on. Wild Thing has come right back into this after 259's destructive onslaught early on. Now is Wild Thing still going? Can Adam Clark yet turn this battle, or is his machine finished? I think 259 is immobilised. There's the belt. I think it is finished. Well, this is a major upset. For me, Wild Thing will go through.
What an amazing fight! What a spectacle! It's going to have to go to the judges while they're making up their minds. Let's review the highlights.
Okay, yes.
No doubt about it early on, 259. Brilliant.
It seems to be a bit
That is so impressive. Huge mark scored. Wild Thing, no way back into the fight on the evidence of that. But here, coming up, is the decisive moment. 259, and that's where the weaponry went. That's where the belt came off, look. And the whole fight turned. There it goes. That effectively was the end of 259.
And the judges have made their decision. It's based on style, control, damage, and aggression. However, 259 was immobilised. They've gone for Wild Thing!
All right. The heat ends, and a review for 259 starts. All right, let's take it back to the beginning. So, I think that it was a very good at
5-9 looks potentially very, very destructive. Infernal Contraction and Infinity do a little bit of battle, and Infinity is already bent and buckled.
So, I'm ready for my final review. I would say that just from design, it's like a 4 out of 5 because it works very well. And that back bit for shoving is very good. Weaponry for this season, 5 out of 5. Like, it's just so destructive. But the downside is that it's very slow. On the sides, it's very vulnerable. And I don't think that that's like. I just think that you need more things on the side so that it can be a bit more protected. Like the spikes on this robot, edges, like ramp edges, so that it's harder to hit. 259 are just tiny little like flappable, as you can see here, like plates. So I think that was the biggest downside. And also it broke down, suggesting that it might not be the best and can't take a lot of damage, because it didn't take any damage and it just broke down. So I'm going to give him a, for the season, 7 out of 10, because it's very powerful, it's a very good weapon, but it's slow and doesn't seem to be very strong. Thank you for watching my first robot review, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.